$100 billion. It is a number that defies human logic. It is enough to buy a sovereign nation, feed a continent, cure the incurable. In the right hands, it is the power of a god. But Mark Zuckerberg didn't spend it on the real world. He spent it on a ghost, a flickering, low-resolution mirage where digital avatars float without legs in a jagged void. No soul, no physics, no purpose. Just $100 billion cage of pixels. While his empire crumbled, the king of social media retreated into a headset. This wasn't an evolution. It was an escape. Now the servers are cold, the investors are screaming, and the golden boy of Silicon Valley is staring into a vacuum of his own making. Is this the future of connection? Or is it the most expensive suicide note in corporate history? The rebranding of Facebook to Meta in 2021 was not a move of strength. It was a cold-blooded act of survival. The walls were closing in. In a single stroke of a pen, Apple updated its privacy settings and wiped $10 billion of Facebook's ad revenue off the map. Overnight, the tracking pixels went dark. The data machine stalled. At the same time, TikTok was acting as an apex predator, hunting Zuckerberg's youngest users and draining the lifeblood of his platform. The Blue app was becoming a digital retirement home. Zuckerberg realized he was a tenant on someone else's hardware, paying rent to Tim Cook and Google. He needed an exit. He needed a world where he owned the operating system, the hardware, and the user's very eyes. The Metaverse wasn't a vision of the future. It was a desperate escape plan from a reality he no longer controlled. He burned the bridge to the old world before he had even finished building the new one. Enter Horizon Worlds, the $15 billion digital promised land. When the curtain was pulled back, the world didn't gasp. It laughed. What was promised as a transcendent reality looked like a discarded Nintendo Wii demo from 2006. Zuckerberg gave us legless cartoons in a flickering, sterile void. The servers weren't just quiet. They were dead. The internal memos tell the true chilling story. Management had to eventually force employees to use the platform. Think about that. A company so disconnected from its own creation that its architects had to be threatened with disciplinary action just to enter the simulation. Zuckerberg was building a high-tech solitary confinement cell and calling it a playground. It is an echo chamber of billions, where the only sound is the digital wind blowing through empty plazas, a monument to boredom, built with the GDP of a small country. Then comes the math, the brutal, unforgiving ledger of Reality Labs. Meta's VR division is a furnace that consumes $4 billion every single quarter. $10 to $15 billion a year evaporated. Since the pivot, the losses have crossed the $50 billion threshold with no end in sight. In 2022, the mask finally slipped. The stock didn't just drop, it disintegrated, losing nearly 70% of its value. Investors watched in horror as the man who conquered the social world became a digital zealot, ignoring the collapse of his core business to chase a hallucination. Wall Street, once his greatest ally, realized the genius had become a liability. The golden boy was bleeding the empire dry to fund a dream that no one, not even his own staff, wanted to inhabit. Silicon Valley has a god complex. It believes that with enough capital and enough code, it can rewrite laws of human nature, but you cannot force a soul into a headset. Mark Zuckerberg is no longer the innovator at the dorm room desk. He is a digital hermit. trapped in an expensive, flickering delusion of his own design. Is he a misunderstood genius born 10 years too early? Or is he a dictator who realized too late that you can buy a world, but you cannot buy a population? We are witnessing the slow-motion collapse of an ego. The danger isn't that the metaverse will fail. The danger is that one man is willing to burn the entire foundation of human connection just to prove he was right. The servers are waiting, but no one is coming home. This is the blueprint globality. If you want to understand the brutal reality behind the biggest empires in the world, subscribe.